Ramble.
Quick shout out to Scentbird, Native Deodorant, and DoorDash for sponsoring this week's episode. Hello, you weirdos, and welcome to the TryPod. We are the Try Guys, four friends who try stuff. You got your Ned, you got your Zach, you got your Keith, and you got Eugene. Oh no, Eugene is gone yet again. He's still in North Carolina, so we got Miles in the big boy chair.
Oh, do you guys? I thought about this and I forgot to tell you. Should we call Eugene right now and just surprise him and have him say hello to everybody?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You want to finish your intro?
Yeah.
Okay, do that.
Okay, so today we're talking about earthquakes. We're going to be talking about July 4th weekend. We're about to go back on tour. Do we have our costumes back? Oh, more on that later. And we also are going to start this episode with some iTunes reviews, some secrets. But first, let's call Eugene.
I thought about that in the shower this morning. Like, well, let's call our buddy Eugene.
He always calls me when he's on vacation, when he's super drunk at a bar and
I guarantee
he likes me.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, hey, bitch.
Hey, bitch.
You're on the podcast.
You're on the podcast right now?
Yeah, no, you are on the podcast.
Oh, I was like, you're on the podcast.
Well, yeah, we're both on the podcast. We just wanted to have you say hi because this is the second episode that you're not on.
Oh, hi, everybody.
How's your family?
They're good. I just left them, and now I just got to San Francisco, so I'll be seeing y'all soon for the San Jose show.
Why did your dad get so many binoculars?
My stepdad just wanted binoculars for his birthday, and the only information we received was he wants binoculars, so everyone ended up getting him different types of binoculars. So he received nothing but over 10 binoculars.
That's so funny.
That's very direct.
That's why, that's how we do presents in our family.
Does anyone else have any more questions for Eugene?
What are you going to do in San Francisco today?
Keith asked, what are you going to do in San Francisco today?
I'm going to work on our VidCon show, because I have all that prepared. I ordered all of our costumes and will write down the creative for y'all to confirm. And I'll also be editing the music and video packages for that.
Cool.
I'm also at the Ferry Building right now looking at cheese.
Oh, nice.
Okay, thanks.
Say hi to Cheese for me.
Oh, hi. Ned says hi, cheese. Lady just stared at me weird.
All right, well, thanks, Eugene.
Okay, bye, Eugene.
Bye.
You guys are doing a VidCon show? I thought you weren't doing a VidCon show.
Well, here's the thing, Miles. 4 months when we planned the VidCon show, we didn't have an actual show.
Oh.
So at that point in time, it seemed easier to plan a simple VidCon show, which was a lip sync battle with drag queens from RuPaul's Drag Race.
Uh-huh.
Show up on stage.
Which, by the way, you say that so casually. That's fucking dope.
It is amazing, actually.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's presumably minimal writing, right? We don't have to write anything. We don't have to find a bunch of props. Don't have to come up with a bunch of blocking choreography because you know the song already. You're singing one of your favorite songs and you just show up on stage and lip sync. That was the plan. We didn't have a show at that point. We had no idea what it was going to be. So it was a lot easier to say, we'll just come up with this simple idea and then work on the more complicated 90-minute Legends of the Internet tour. Tickets on sale now, tryguys.com tour.
Love your shirt, by the way.
Thank you. My God.
Yeah, but now we have this fully rehearsed show that we know how to do perfectly.
That we've done dozens of times.
And we're not going to do that. We're going to learn something else.
An original performance.
We're going to learn it in one day.
I do wonder, the whole lip sync thing may be supposed to be a secret, but anyway, surprise, we're doing a thing at VidCon. So
well, this won't come out until Thursday. The night before it happens. So
okay, that's pretty good.
It's great promotion.
Yeah. That's pretty.
If you guys are coming to VidCon, we're gonna do a lip sync.
Sometimes it goes online too, so we'll post the linky link when it's all said and done.
Yeah. So at the time, it seemed like a good idea, but now I gotta really make sure I know all the words to Demi Lovato's "Sorry Not Sorry."
I love that song.
It's a great song. Thank you. Oh my God. Great.
I think there's like only 7 lyrics in it, so you're pretty good. It's "Sorry Not Sorry." Payback's a bad bitch.
I've probably listened to it about 200 times. That's a real statement.
It's awesome.
That's a true fact.
One of my favorite songs.
YouTube keeps recommending it to me, and I keep saying, yup, let's listen to it again.
I won't spoil what I'm doing, but my song is both a ballad and a rap. So I really fucked myself over.
Ooh, two things you're great at. Singing and rhythm.
There's something exciting about doing lip sync versus like singing or karaoke because it's like, oh, I don't need to worry about my range or vocal style at all. I just my mouth moves.
Yeah. And though I think like you have to exaggerate your mouth moves more.
Yes,
you know?
I'm sure you do.
And like your body should be doing something.
It's got to be dancing.
It's got to be dancing. At some
I wonder if we're going to be in any amount of drag because Eugene said I'm getting your costumes together.
Well, I did request a costume reveal for myself, but it's not drag.
Okay.
But you know, I want to bring the people on a journey.
I don't care about reveals. I'm just gonna fuck them up with my amazing performance skills.
Yeah.
Well, that's why my body's been hurting so much from tour. Like the adrenaline gets me through it, but then the crash post tour has been like my body is like, oh no, why did you do this to me? So I needed a song that I can't dance. I can't do another dance and then go back on tour. So I needed a performance and a song that I could do in a different way.
Okay. Hey, let's read about some. Let's read some secrets.
All right, everybody. You have been rating us 5 stars on the iTunes store and giving us a juicy little secret for us to read on the podcast. We thank you so much for the ratings, and we're here to read some juicy little secrets.
That's the voice of Ryan Secrets.
I'm Ryan
Ned,
Secrets.
that was good. Ned, you are on fire.
Wow.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go. Can I have a fake name for this person?
Lemonade Johnson.
Lemonade Johnson writes her secret. My favorite thing to listen to on long drives. Oh, this is part of her review of the podcast. My secret is I am 25.
Oh, wait, no, let's tell us how good we are. That's it?
That's it.
Okay, sick.
That's
All right,
part of the podcast.
cool.
My secret is I am 25 years old and I cannot ride a bike. I was able to get a master's degree, but for the life of me, I cannot learn how to ride a bike. I tried multiple times when I was a kid, violently crashed into a flower bed, and gave up for 15 years. Tried again recently. I can't turn without crashing frowny face.
Lemonade Johnson, I relate to you.
You can't ride a bike?
You can't ride a bike?
No, but I had a similar thing where I didn't learn how to ride a bike until deep into high school. Because I lived on a small hill growing up, and I tried to learn how to ride a bike, and I wobbled, and I crashed into a fucking rose bush. And the thorns, like, I got covered in thorns, and I remember, like, I think I had to, like, rip the pants off, because you know when you have something stabbed through your fabric, and then when you're trying to take it off, it's, like, rubbing against it. So trying to take my pants off was dragging the thorns against my body.
They had to cut you out.
They had to cut me out of my pants. Yeah, it was really traumatic. I was in elementary school, and I was like really freaked out by it. So I was like, fuck this. I'm not going to learn how to ride a bike.
You know what I did for the first time this weekend? I rode one of those scooters.
You rode a rideshare scooter?
I've never ridden a Lime.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I decided...
The 7 potential brands all over the country?
At 2 in the morning.
Oh, no.
When we left the bar that... Well, we left the bar. Look, there were 3 of us. There were 3 of us, and there were 3 scooters. There were 3 scooters literally outside.
Serendipitous, but very dangerous.
Super dangerous.
Especially because with the time that you want them is when you're like drunk and you're...
I don't think... That can't be that hard. Right? That can't be that hard.
It's not that it's that hard.
It's got a gyroscope. It balances
fast.
itself.
It goes
It's basically
fast.
like the self-driving
Have you not been on
Tesla of scooters. No, I haven't been on
They're
one.
terrifying.
But I also know how to ride bikes.
So a couple things. The
that thought. The thought that I knew how to ride a bike was the one thing that got me through my fears while I was on it.
Well, the acceleration is crazy. If you just like crank the...
Yeah, they go fast.
For people, I assume people know what we're talking about, but like major cities now, there are these rental scooters everywhere, and they're littering the streets. It's insane. They're like over 6 brands now just in Los Angeles.
Actually littering the streets. Like
there
are
everywhere.
Scooters just dumped to the
Sometimes
side
they've been
of the
snapped
road.
in half by people too. It's really crazy.
There's
I've
a guy-
seen some that have been fucked up.
A guy in my building who recharges them. So there's just like so many scooters
wow.
around my apartment.
Ooh, wow.
But so the acceleration, you really like if you do it too fast, like it kicks you. And then also the streets in Los Angeles are horribly paved.
Horrible.
There's so many cracks. So emergency room visits
It's
are
ironic because it
way
never
up.
snows here.
Yeah, why?
Like they got all the time in the world
great
to fix
point.
those streets.
It doesn't snow and there's barely any rain.
I guess
so
there's
why?
just a lot of streets.
I think it's the earthquakes.
Shake 'em up, baby.
yeah, sure.
Earth and quaking.
Yeah,
Earth and
wow,
the
we had a
quake.
big earthquake this weekend.
Oh yeah,
Did you guys feel that?
I did. I was at the Shawn Mendes concert.
Whoa!
We
so
had two
everyone
earthquakes.
was just shaking back and forth.
Well, I was downstairs
Mandatory
at the time,
mosh pit.
and I felt it. But when I came upstairs, it was clear that everyone.
Is
in
this
the
number
arena-
1 or number 2?
This is the first night.
Okay.
Oh, this is the second
Don't
earthquake.
say it like that, Zach. What
are you talking about?
it sounds like he's like going to the bathroom.
Oh, nobody.
No one
suspected
thought that.
I didn't.
I immediately thought.
There were
However,
2 earthquakes this weekend.
I did shit through both of them. No, it was the second. It was the second earthquake, which made everyone much more nervous. But the
Yeah.
whole arena was clearly.
You were at the Staples Center?
Yeah,
That's scary.
Everybody was clearly spooked.
I was at the Culver Hotel with my grandmother listening to jazz for her birthday because I'm a darling
Well, it is
grandson.
darling.
Adorable.
That's
but
that
it's-
sounds nice even when it's not her birthday.
It was actually really lovely. I highly recommend. It's a beautiful old hotel. They way overcharge for food, but it's worth it because you get to listen to jazz.
Yes.
Anyway, but it's an old hotel. The cast of Wizard of Oz stayed there. That's like one of their claims to fame. And so they have these big chandeliers.
You are blocking me.
Yeah,
You are
with our camera.
ruining me. You're like only covering me. Like talk with your mouth.
I talk with my hands. The chandelier started shaking over my grandmother's head, and we don't know. I grew up in New York,
Like that old game, 13 Dead End Drive. There's an old board game called 13 Dead End Drive.
and did someone die?
It was basically
under a
Mousetrap,
chandelier?
and yeah, there was a chandelier that would fall on
Ooh.
somebody.
Oh God!
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Well, I
Was it like
scared.
an actual plastic chandelier that would drop? Like
Yeah.
Don't Wake Daddy?
Yes, and there
I
were all
never-
sorts of booby traps in the game. It was really fun.
Did you ever get to play Mousetrap? Because everyone
Yes.
that I
Yeah.
knew, they all had. No one had all the pieces. I've never once in my life played Mousetrap because no one fucking had all the pieces.
I've never played Mousetrap because I don't know what it is.
You
I
know
think
what?
I just missed.
It's a crazy contraption. The fun is
Oh.
catching. It's Mousetrap.
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 It's a crazy
You like-
something, a crazy contraption, the fun and tapped, and it's a mousetrap.
Wow.
I don't
From
think we have
Parker
the rights
Brothers.
to that. From Parker Brothers.
Parker Brothers. I
remember
cited
that.
those sources.
You have no idea what it is?
No. Is it?
It's a Rube Goldberg
Let me
device.
guess what it is.
Okay.
So there's a mouse that is crawling out there, and you each have to build a trap to try and catch the mouse. And the person that catches the mouse wins Mousetrap.
No, you're a
Damn.
mouse.
Oh.
And you're trying to get through the house without triggering the hilarious Rube Goldberg device.
So it is like Don't Wake Daddy.
It's exactly
What
like Don't
is
Wake Daddy.
Don't Wake
You
Daddy?
never
You don't know
played
Don't Wake
Daddy?
Wake Daddy.
No.
From Parker Brothers.
Wake Daddy.
Oh,
Is that
man.
a board game where you're a daddy?
No, Miles.
But it's not Mousetrap.
Yeah, this is how I know what Mousetrap is in my heart, because you're a little kid. You're trying to sneak by the bed.
You sneak in.
Is there an
There's
alarm
a
clock you
dad.
press?
You press the alarm clock or something. There's a
I know
dad
how the
sleeping in
mechanics
a bed, and then if you press the alarm clock too many times, boom!
He springs up.
Springs awake.
What does he do when he wakes up?
Well, you
You're in
lose.
trouble.
Literally
You fucking lose the
springs
game,
up
bro.
like a demon inside of a
Yeah,
corpse.
like
Miles, let me take you back.
Okay.
Remember when you were a little youngin' and you would have sleepovers with your friends?
Of course.
And you were like, the game was, we're going to stay up all night. Daddy's not going to know. This is that as a board game.
Okay.
So you're sneaking around the house, getting your midnight snack on, playing your games. But if you're too noisy, you're gonna wake Daddy.
from
and you-
Parker Brothers.
And if you wake Daddy, you're not gonna have a good time. So yeah, you press the alarm clock again and again. Do you know that
Yeah,
game?
if Daddy wakes up, you die.
yeah.
Kills you?
Like you might land on a spot that says 5. You
you
gotta
gotta
press
press
that
the
alarm clock button
5 times.
5 times.
Okay, here's another one. Do you remember the game where the crocodile's mouth was open and you had to press its teeth down?
Yes, I do
Yeah.
remember that
And then
one.
if you pressed the wrong tooth, it snapped on your finger, which
Yeah.
was so scary.
There's a whole genre of games that just like create random spring action
That terrify
just
you.
scare kids.
I feel like a Patreon exclusive where you guys play Don't Wake Daddy is a great idea.
And
be
I
thrilled.
just sleep through it.
We played Sorry for 2 hours one night, and it was crazy.
Was it Sorry or Trouble?
Was it Trouble?
It was Trouble.
It was
Okay.
Trouble.
The YouTube event.
That's right. It was
Yeah.
Trouble.
We played Trouble hard.
Yeah.
Trouble.
That was Intense.
Ned fell backwards out of his chair.
Flipped over my chair.
He was
got
so excited. No, he literally kicked off the floor. His chair tipped back. He fell on the ground and nearly cracked his skull.
Yeah, the server came by and said, "Is everything okay?" And we're like, "Yes, we're just drunk playing a board game, so please carry on."
I gotta give a shout out to our friend Lauren, who has the YouTube channel Lord DIY, because she turned me back on to Trouble. And she's like, "No, like this game is cutthroat.
It is.
And there's some rules that we didn't know when we were kids, and it totally I just go Google Trouble
some
for
intricacies.
You know what's the greatest feeling in the world? Have you ever had someone like at a party or just like casually come to you and be like, "Hey man, you smell really good right now"?
I've never had that happen.
You've never? Oh my God, Miles, it is a dream. You know what you need in your life? You need to get Scentbird. Scentbird is a luxury fragrance subscription service. So here's what it is. It's basically, they have over 450 designer brands, and you get to choose the cologne you want to try. They'll send you a 30-day supply. For those keeping track at home, that's 120 sprays. You can apply it 4 times daily for an entire month, but you don't have to buy the whole big bottle. You know what I mean? You get little bite-sized cologne. That way you can mix it up. You can try new things. Maybe test something out, see how it is.
Which one do you use?
Oh, okay. So Scentbird sent us a few little samples. We got the Versace Eros. It smells so goddamn good. It smells like tonka beans, which I don't know what those are, but I want them all up in my life and in my body. On my body, sorry. It smells so good that one of us stole it. I don't know who, but like normally like we talk about like, hey, who's going to get to take the Scentbird home? And it's either Keith or Ned. One of them just jacked it.
It was on my desk, and I sprayed it, and my desk smelled so good.
You know what? I almost told you. I walked by, and I'm like, yo, something in the office smells good today. You can try the brands you want. You got Gucci. You got your Tom Ford. You got your Kenneth Cole, Burberry, Prada, and more. Our listeners can get 50% off your first month today. You're paying only $7.50 for your first fragrance. That's nuts. You got nothing to lose. Scentbird.com/TryPod. Use the code TryPod for 50% off your first month. Again, that's SCENT bird.com/TryPod. Use the code TryPod. Your first cologne or perfume, just $7.50. Sign on. Smell amazing.
All right, let's get back to another secret. We went on a huge tangent there, but I loved it.
That's beautiful. I got one more secret for you.
Ooh.
I need a fake name.
Tweedledoe.
Tweedledoe. Right.
It's a triplet of Tweedledee, Tweedledum.
Tweedledee writes, all right. He wants a special name, he actually said.
Yeah, well, he got one.
He did. He got
Is
it.
Tweedledoe not special enough?
No, that's perfect. He got it.
Oh, wait, how about call him... Yeah, okay.
Tweedledoe's perfect. Okay, when I was 6, I was playing in my super secret fort with my older sister and my babysitter's son, Cody. Cody went down the hill to get more stuff for the fort. And when he was about to come up, I stupidly thought, I wonder what would happen if I pushed a cinder brick down the hill.
Oh, boy.
Then I did it.
Oh.
The brick hit Cody square in the head, and he instantly dropped.
Oh, I thought you said he instantly died.
Jesus.
Yeah,
so
probably.
I ran to my sister and looked her dead in the eye, and we had a 7.453 second long eye conversation. During those seconds, we swore to lie to his mom and say it just fell down the hill and to never, ever tell anyone.
Oh, wow.
Until now, I'm telling you, it's almost been 10 years. Cody's fine, by the way. Hi, Keith. Yours truly.
Wow.
Tweedledoe.
What's up? What's up, Tweedledoe?
That's horrifying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I did anything as a kid that was like bad, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna not tell anyone that I like, because I feel like that's a very kid move where you do something and immediately have this wave of recognition of, oh, I realize now.
Yeah.
Did you guys? Well, you threw a cinder block at a car once.
What?
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't know
threw
it
it
was
over
a
a
car.
fence.
I threw it over a fence, and it wasn't a cinder block. It was a log. Thank you very much. But it was a big log.
Dude, can you imagine if you were a child and you could throw a cinder block
Yeah, you'd be
over a
yoked.
fence?
You'd
You'd
be
be so
You'd be
strong.
yoked, dude.
Like, I can still barely throw a
I think
cinder block.
I think
so
very
heavy.
highly of Ned. So, I mean, like, okay.
I'm just tossing cinder blocks.
That was the
beefy little
worst
kid.
trouble I got in as a kid.
Yeah,
We,
real bad.
I used to walk to school, and there was this little bridge where cars would drive under, like it was a highway, and we used to kick little pebbles at the cars.
Wow.
And it never occurred to me
You're a
until I was
psychopath.
older, like, oh, that's a horrible thing. But they were tiny little, like, it was almost like twig, but it was gravel, not But I just didn't know. I was a kid. I was in.
I bet you threw tiny pebbles off of big buildings too.
Those would kill somebody.
Yeah,
Those would
that's
kill
true.
somebody.
It's not that different.
Terminal
In a
velocity.
Yeah.
Well, it was a small bridge, but still fucked
Yeah.
up. Kids are fucked up.
It wasn't like a highway.
Well, it was like a one story. It was like dropping it out of a 1-story built window.
Mm.
1 story is very low.
Did you guys?
Yeah,
You're right. Okay.
ground level.
4 feet.
Second story.
It's like, yeah, you're right. That would cause no damage at all. It's like 4 feet. Like,
But I'm sure, that could. I now know that that could start a crack that could later shatter.
or
someone's
just
windshield.
shock somebody driving
totally.
and make them swerve.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys ever play Poop Dollar?
I'm sorry.
No, but I have found a poop dollar before.
Oh, Keith, I'm so
Wait,
sorry.
what's poop dollar?
You put dog poop on a dollar and stick it to the ground. So somebody walks up and they pick up the dollar and then they actually just picked up dog
Oh
poop.
yeah, that's classic.
Yeah. It's,
Well, that has its origins in Europe and is super fucked up. I'm serious.
Oh,
There was
what?
I went to this one town that had this big historic horse race, but basically they put money in horse shit that lines the streets, and it's like you're leaving it for homeless people to pick out of the shit. But it's
dang.
so demeaning. Like, just give them the money. But like people, like rich people come and like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna throw money in the shit and make people dig it out.
Oh, yikes.
Fucked up.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty fucked up.
Give people money.
yeah.
It definitely reminds me of my days in middle school of being a little rascal. Just
Yeah.
terrorizing the houses in the neighborhood, just ringing people's doorbells,
You ding dong the ditch.
throwing
I
fireworks.
did some ding dong ditching.
You threw fireworks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
And
didn't
like
forget that you grew up in Florida.
smacking cap guns around.
Yeah, I blew up a big
The only
pinata
thing
in a
the only thing we didn't do was
Whoa, 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 whoa! What?
river. We set fire to a pinata and threw it in
Yeah.
the river.
Yeah.
a classic.
Good Sunday.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was full of fireworks.
Yeah.
We loaded it full of fireworks, put it on fire, threw it in the river, and watched it explode.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It was great.
Great day.
I remember not understanding how a Roman candle worked and just putting it
Oh no!
on the ground, like not putting it in anything, just resting it
Yeah,
on the ground.
no,
I'm like,
it'll
this
fall over.
doesn't seem like the right way to do it.
Yeah.
And so then the first one went straight in the air, and then the little stick that, if you guys don't know what a Roman candle is, it's like a thin,
Yeah, it's the one that
skinny
shoots
tube
out, right?
That shoots
Yeah.
like 5 explosions.
Yeah.
So the first one went up, and then the next 4 went all towards me and my friends as this thing spun around like a spin
Oh,
the
yeah.
bottle game.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Growing
did
up
you-
in Florida, man.
How'd you get fireworks as a kid? How old were we talking?
13, 14.
Like,
You
is
could
that
just buy them on the side of the road.
As
in
a- as
the
a-
South?
they sell them to little kids?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're not supposed to. They're supposed
Oh,
to be
yeah, yeah,
all
yeah,
you
yeah.
get with
Oh,
18-year-olds,
yeah.
but I certainly had no trouble buying fireworks all the time.
God damn.
Yeah, they would like little trailers would pop up on the side of your highway, and you could just pull over. They show up about mid-June, and then you go buy some fireworks, and you set them off in the woods. And because you live in such a humid, wet environment, nothing ever catches on fire, so it's all safe.
I gotta say, I'm very grateful that this
100%.
year we got through 4th of July with no notable celebrities blowing up their hand. Because I feel like that happens every year.
It does?
Yeah, well, it happened at least once. It happened to a player on the New York Giants, and that's the one that hits in my heart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Jason Pierre-Paul, he blew up his hand on 4th of July, and it like totally changed the trajectory of his career.
Yeah.
He still plays though, which is pretty cool.
Oof.
Wow.
Yeah, we would always go down to South Carolina and get like a big trunk full of fireworks, driving back across the border to North Carolina, and then blow them up all year.
Oh, my God, you guys. Ariel's grandparents live in Nevada, right? Mm-hmm. As she was driving back, she got pulled over by the police.
He's suspicious looking.
Yeah.
It was just like the car was full of stuff, and it was right across the border, and they pulled her over because she was going like 6 miles over the speed limit.
This was in
What?
California.
What?
They
Why
pulled
are
her
you
over.
doing that, right? It was because they wanted an excuse. Yeah, in California.
Gotcha.
They wanted an excuse to pull her over and search the car.
What?
Because it was so full of stuff and it was going from Nevada to California, they were looking, this was like July 1st, they were looking for someone bringing in illegal fireworks.
Did she let him search, or was she like, I know my rights, you gonna need a warrant for that?
No, I'm pretty sure she let them search because she had
Yeah,
nothing to hide and didn't want to cause trouble.
I've always wanted to be in that position where I
Yeah.
know I have nothing to hide, but I'm like, gonna stand my
I would say
ground.
always. I think you should stand your ground because I hear sometimes they'll cut your car up and they don't have to pay.
What do you mean cut your car?
They will if they think they have something. They can cut up the floorboards with a blade and rip back your upholstery.
Whoa.
And if whether they find something or not, they don't have to pay for what damage they do.
They're
to your
in
car.
their right
to search, and that's how they have to search. So you
Wow.
should always say no because they might damage your car.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So always say no.
Also, this is like totally an unjustified reason
speeding
to
is
search.
not an excuse to search a car.
Well, it's 6 miles over. I feel like 10 miles over the speed limit is the speed limit.
Also, if you're trafficking stuff, you're not going to speed,
Yeah.
right? You're not. I would go
Was there
with
a
the person
baby
going
in the
5
car?
below.
There was she had the whole family.
What?
Babies,
Sir, there's
parents.
a baby in this car.
Woke up the mother-in-law, my mother-in-law, her mother.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I mean, your mother-in-law is suspicious looking. I get that. She looks like she's up to trouble.
She should have recorded the entire encounter on a phone and posted one of those viral videos of like police
Well, she would have had to
overstepping
say
their
no.
bounds.
She would have had to say no if she wanted a good vibe.
Oh yeah. You gotta like do it by the letter of the law.
You can't be like, oh, of course, officer, no problem. How are you doing? Oh, I'm good.
I've heard from my lawyer friends that there's 2 questions you ask the police if you're getting stopped. Is, am I under arrest? And then, am I free to go?
Ooh.
Because they're not allowed to hold you past a certain time if you're not under arrest.
Oh my God, that giant fucking fly.
A fly just flew almost up my nose.
There's a horsefly in this room, and it knows it's big.
We'll get it on that replay. No, everything's fine on
Okay,
the
good.
camera. I'm just
It
we'll get
landed
access.
on Miles' nose and stayed
got it
there.
right here.
Get it, Miles. Oh, get
I definitely got it.
the fly.
I got
It's
it.
such a big fly. It landed in my
Oh, it's
hair
big.
before and just hung out there. It's so big that it doesn't care about us. It knows it can take us on.
Yeah, it was big.
That's a summer
Fuck, that's a
fly.
big fly.
Oh, he's big.
Oh, it's
He's
getting
up
the
on
lights.
light now.
That's like a
Getting the
horror
lights.
movie fly. You guys ever see Drag Me to Hell?
Oh yeah.
Hold on, I'm going in.
Okay, Ned,
No,
fuck it
no.
up.
All right, Ned's going for the fly. He's hitting the light.
Okay, there it
He
is.
spooked
Yeah,
it.
no.
There it is. Up.
Get it out.
He's angering it.
Oh, he's angry.
Oh, you hit it, but it didn't die.
I took a piece of him.
Oh no.
All right, Ned, go for it.
Ned, get it.
Oh!
Yeah! We fucking got it. Ned is holding up the fly of the camera. It's big. It's like the size of his thumbnail. Oh my God. We don't really. We don't normally support the murder of bugs on this podcast, but this bug was terrorizing us before the pod and through it. Wow, way to go. That was thrilling.
That is so disgusting.
Oh, he's huge.
I'm taking a picture to put on the video.
Is this
for
the
the
thumbnail
podcast.
now? Is this just the thumb? Just dead fly?
Welcome to our podcast, The Try Guys Kill a Fly, terrorized by a monster.
I feel alive right now.
Where do we even go from that?
Wow.
Oh, man.
My heart
wow.
is racing.
Jesus.
I am full of adrenaline right now.
Look how many legs he has.
That's a
pretty
tough
annoying.
bastard to take down.
Yes, boy.
I think he came from the chemical plant. That fly, that's not a fly. That's a demigorgon.
Yeah. I've been watching. Have you guys been watching Stranger Things?
Yeah, I haven't finished it, though. I got 2
Me neither.
episodes left.
Me neither. Same. I got like 3 episodes left, and I gotta say, favorite season so far.
Best season so
I'm
far.
enjoying it.
No spoilers.
I got into an argument with someone about it. I like how wacky it is.
Totally. The genre
Love it.
shift is crazy.
It's because I think the first season was like tried to be the slow mystery build, and it couldn't quite pay it off, in my opinion. Like it was very fun, but once it started to reveal stuff, it stopped being as effective. And so this season, they're just like, oh, let's just have fun with the characters. They're all very heightened versions of themselves.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
No one's behaving like a real human.
I can't stop looking at this fly. This fly is horrifying. It is like a dead horse on the table. It's
very
so
large.
big. It is so
big.
big.
Maybe
And
it's a horsefly.
It's upside down.
We can all agree this is the biggest fly we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah. Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
It should go in a museum.
Easily.
It belongs in a museum.
In fact,
it get so big?
Ned, we might have broken a law by killing that. It may be a new endangered species of fly.
I'm sorry, guys.
I want it gone.
You're not allowed to search my house, though.
Am I free to go?
Yeah.
I have an update from a previous podcast.
Ooh.
I don't remember saying this. I don't remember saying half the shit that I say, but I, in a previous podcast, told people to Venmo request me.
Please stop Venmo requesting us.
So
all of them are doing it to all of us.
Right, so I got them, and not realizing that all my friends would be dragged down with me. How many have you guys gotten?
Honestly, Zach,
Dozens.
one was too many.
So am I
did not want that.
Dozens?
Also,
yeah.
like, some
I've
people
gotten
have paid me,
over
like 30 cents.
I've gotten over 30.
I've gotten over 80.
Whoa. Jesus.
I did pay a bunch of them. Because look, I
No, don't tell them that.
I'm saying
think
that
it's gonna slow down?
I'm saying it's over now. I'm going to tell you what I did, and it's done.
Nah.
I said that I would pay up to $4 to the first X people that requested.
But what if someone has a really good story?
Well, those people
what if
got
someone's
me.
a really good digital panhandler?
You're absolutely right. So anyone who requested under a quarter, I gave. People who requested, someone requested $25 today. Fuck off.
Hey man, I'm just trying to get a bus ticket so I can get back to my car.
So then there were an occasional few that requested like 60. Well, someone requested 69 cents. Done. Immediate. Hilarious. Someone requested like 77 cents, but had a good story for it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll give that.
Story.
So I have paid those out. We're done now. That's it. And also, but then this is really cool. Like you, some people paid me back immediately, which I thought was awesome. And then there were a few people that just paid me saying, hey, pass this quarter along. So I did that as well. So I ended up probably paying about $6 because some other people kicked in.
Wow.
But we're done now. But if you're going to do it, we're done. So don't do it. But if you're also going to do it, don't drag the other three boys in just because I'm stupid. Only do it to me and Miles.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, no one's
there
Venmo
you
requested me at all or given me any money, but I'm open to it.
It's a very fun way to interact with fans. I'm used to liking tweets and stuff, but this is like, hey, thanks for listening. Here's 24 cents.
Well, also, my Venmo is set to push notifications on.
Oh, that's a pain.
So it's like, it's pretty in your face.
Yeah.
I had to turn that off.
I will say, because I waited about a week and a half because we were on tour when it happened, and I missed real requests from my friends. So I was leaving people hanging for not insignificant amounts of money for a while. Anyway, that's my update.
Yeah.
Love that.
What else happened to you guys this weekend?
Well, the earthquakes happened. And
right.
We touched on those lightly, but
I was in Santa Barbara.
Wow.
Still felt the earthquake all the way in Santa Barbara.
Wouldn't you have been closer?
Was
weren't they northeast
I didn't look
of
up
us?
where the epicenter was.
They were northeast of us, and you were north, so I think you actually were closer.
Or maybe
no.
because he was also further west. Whatever,
I
geography.
don't know.
But I know they felt it in Vegas, too.
Oh.
That's crazy.
It was basically
That's a
equidistant between here and Vegas.
radius.
Yeah, it was because the first one was a 6-point something. And then the second one was a 7.1. And I also learned this weekend that again, I didn't grow up with earthquakes, so all of this is new for me, that the difference between a 6.1 and a 7.1 is basically double. It's a parabolic
Logarithmic?
exponential growth is the way that the Richter scale works, which I had no idea. That's terrifying. I've told you about how I don't wear deodorant, right?
Yeah, you've told me.
You say that with such hate in your voice. Yeah, Zach, I sit next to you at work. And I know that you don't wear deodorant.
I know you don't wear deodorant.
So I can't wear deodorant because I break out in these insane rashes. If I put anything on my armpit, I get really red. The skin gets dry. So I had to stop using deodorant for years. Finally, I found the solution.
Wow.
You ready? Native deodorant. They've created a safe, simple, effective product that I get to use every single day now. So Native deodorant doesn't have aluminum. There are no parabens. There's no talc. You like all natural ingredients, Miles?
I do. I'm a man of nature.
Do you think something all natural doesn't work, right? Wrong. It works. We've been filming some crazy stuff. We've been on tour. I've been jumping around under hot and heavy lights, and I smell great. I'm fresh as a spring rose. They've gotten shout outs from Today's Show, Women's Health, Good Morning America. Everybody, Hello Giggles is like, oh my God, this deodorant makes me giggle so much. One thing I love too, you look on the back and there's so few ingredients. It's just it is to the point. There's not throwing in chemicals and things you can't pronounce. It's simple. They've got a wide variety of scents. We got the coconut vanilla in, and it is delightful. I'm living a little coconut vanilla swirl dream over here. You want to get in here, Miles? You want to give a little sniff?
All right.
What do you think?
I mean, I'm loving the coconut smell.
There's no risk to try. They got free returns and exchanges, and it comes right to your door. You don't have to do nothing. For 20% off your first purchase, visit nativedeodorant.com. Use our promo code TRYGUYS during checkout. You're going to get 20% off. You're going to smell great. Your armpits are not going to scream at you and break out into rashes. Once again, that is 20% off your first purchase at nativedeodorant.com with the promo code TRYGUYS. Thanks, Native.
You know how they measure things like that? Seismograph. That's what it's called. It's called a seismograph. I used to have a seismograph in my backyard because we lived near the zinc mine in Carthage, Tennessee, and they used our yard to see how much the blasting, so the explosives in the mine, were registering in the ground above in the town. Wow. So we had a seismograph. It meant we had a seismograph guy.
Why'd they use your house?
Because my dad was a mining engineer.
Oh, right,
He's
okay.
like, you can put it in our yard. And we were also very close,
yeah.
but just far enough away. We were like a mile, and they were like seeing how much it would affect people in that mile.
So I'm imagining just a box in your yard that has a little like...
You nailed it. It's
little
just a silver box that has like a little red needle and it registers how far the needle got throughout that week. So once a week growing up, it was just normal in my house to say, "Oh, it's the seismograph guy," because he wouldn't come to the door. He would just park and walk in our backyard and check it, and the dogs would go wild.
Yeah,
and then we'd yell, "It's just the seismograph guy!" So seismograph is just a hilarious word that I heard more than
so much.
The seismograph guy, and now I think of it like the name seismograph. It literally is how big is the bigograph. It's like how big was maybe it's related to the word seize, because shake is where I would assume, but
I have no idea.
It sounds like a fake thing, like, oh, check the seismograph.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like something that would be in like a children's cartoon.
Yeah, maybe it is related to the word shake.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Google it.
The first of the two earthquakes I slept in, and I was actually on the phone with Eugene in my kitchen, and I just started wobbling, and I thought that I was just, I don't know, it didn't even register to me as an earthquake, because I was like, oh, I'm just not walking straight. I'm just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And Maggie came in and was like, earthquake, you fucking idiot, get off the phone. I'm like, oh, sorry, Eugene, I gotta go.
Get off the phone.
I totally...
Get off the phone.
The phone's electrified.
Well, we stood there, and then the same thing happened the second earthquake, where I didn't move. I didn't know what to do. And because I had heard online, like, oh, everyone always says go under door frames. And then the new thing is like, don't go under door frames. That's the worst place you could be. And I honestly, to this point, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Now I heard on Twitter that you're supposed to be next to, not under, a very sturdy piece of furniture, of which I have none in my house. None of my furniture is sturdy.
Here's what you're supposed to do. It's actually quite easy. Just drop to the ground. And brace yourself.
And roll around,
Most injuries come from somebody thinking that they're supposed to get to a fucking doorway or a bathtub and running across their house as the world is shaking around them and falling and splitting their head open. Just crouch down. Like if you're near something, you can get under. Windows. Yeah, get away from windows, but like don't try and run away from windows. Just crouch and then like crawl if you have. But like most earthquakes are done in like a matter of seconds.
Right.
And
don't freak out.
So I was in this crowded restaurant, and the earth was shaking, and everyone was just looking at each other, like, but no one got up, no one covered. We all just looked like, oh, this is scary, huh? Yeah. And that was it. And then we just continued. But the second one lasted 20 seconds.
You were in a restaurant, so did all the glasses and plates clink? The way that they do, like in movies, like
not
because that would be awesome.
Not really. How disappointing.
Yeah, you should have heard like a bunch of shaking tables and a bunch of clinking. And What do you get? A seismograph?
I have two things to say. One, seismic is based on ancient Greek seismos, which means shaking. Earthquake. Oh. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of based off of a word that means earthquake. Second was we have we're homeowners now, right?
Right.
I'm very proud of it. Thank you very much. Yes, I'll receive your applause.
Yeah. Okay. That's how Ned knows how to kill a fly. That man takes care of his family.
But we were away from our home in Santa Barbara. Right. When the earthquake happened, after we recovered, we thought, oh my God, is the house okay? Like, we don't know where the earthquake came from. Right. What if we're on the edges of it and it was centered in our neighborhood and our house is falling apart? Right. So we check a remote baby monitor. And the only thing you can see in the bedroom is the baby's crib and the bookshelf. And we see that a paint, like a frame has fallen off the bookshelf and like shattered on the floor.
Oh.
We're like, oh no, if this is what this is like, what's the rest of the house like? Because we've got all these open shelves with like pottery and plates. So I frantically texted my sister, asked her to go over and check on the house. She's got an extra key. And it turns out that was the only frame that had fallen off, and everything was fine. But we were freaking out for a while.
Just leaning against the wall, not like
no. Well, yeah, the photo was not secured to the wall. It was just leaning against the wall.
I had only one thing knock over, and luckily it did not shatter, but it was a big picture frame we have over my fireplace.
We had nothing fall down.
Yeah.
Yeah, not in my house either. What do you do if it's the big one? What, is there a protocol?
I know what to do.
Okay, tell us.
You wait until it's done. You see how desolate the world is.
You go loot.
You run to Ned's house.
Love that.
That's Becky and I's plan. Is if shit goes down, we're running to Ned's house because Ned's probably got a great plan, and that's our plan. That's our plan is run to Ned's house. I'm not kidding. Becky and I have talked about this.
Good plan.
We
Yeah.
assume that
we do have
Yeah.
a bunch of heavy ass earthquake kits in each of our cars, and for a time I was thinking, why do I keep this like 60-pound earthquake kit in my trunk? It takes up space. I can't fit my soccer gear in here. But now I'm glad.
Yeah, you're ready.
That's
ready.
good.
I used to buy canned soup for like when the earthquake hit, and then I would have 14 things of canned soup, and then I would get home from a long day work and be like, oh man, soup sounds so good right now. And then I just ate all the soup, and I went through this cycle, rinse and repeat again and again and again, and I would just stock up on soup and eat all my soup and the water bottles. I drink all the water bottles, and now they're all gone. I have nothing.
I did look at my cabinet and fridge today and be like, okay, how long could I live?
None.
I could live like 4 or 5 days.
Oh, I couldn't.
Not much. That's not many days. No. And that I don't really have water in that. Included in that.
That's
so really
like the one
2
thing
days.
you really need.
But I would loot the Albertsons. I live so close to a grocery store.
Good point.
I would go there immediately.
That
I'd be
was
one
my
of the
old
first
plan.
looters there, and then I go to Ned's house.
My old plan is I used to live next to a Ralph's, and I was like, oh, great. I have everything I need right here. I'll just go get it.
I buy a couple restaurants too. I could make do.
Yeah,
You're in a nice populated area.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Although I am by a gas station too, so there might be a huge fire.
Ooh.
That's apparently like the
interesting.
real thing people are afraid of is like the earthquakes won't kill us. It's the fires that erupt from the earthquakes that will kill us.
That's
Because
very
it's not
scary.
like your house is going to turn upside down and get swallowed into the earth.
No.
Well,
We don't live on fault lines.
Right.
Well, the
Don't
new
we?
We don't.
We like maybe you do, but like no, like
I think-
we don't like live like on a fault
Oh, right.
line.
We're just near
I
it.
think
We're just
Hollywood,
very close to a fault line.
I think Hollywood has one. I thought
Probably a small one, yeah.
like right through where like the Tower Records building is. Yeah.
Well, then maybe that's getting swallowed up. I don't know.
Yeah.
The new thing is soft story buildings. My girlfriend's gotten really paranoid about. They're basically it's like the buildings that they build all through Los Angeles, where the first story like hangs over a garage and is like barely there, and then they build on top of it. And those are wildly unstable. And it's like where we all live. All of us in apartment buildings in LA live in those. And so now I'm getting like paranoid texts from our friends, and what a fun time.
Yeah.
How about that bottle cap challenge?
Hey.
Oh yeah, I haven't done it.
I feel like it came and went before I even knew it was a thing.
Yes,
We used to be hip. Did you guys feel that? Like we used to know about trends. That
know
was
about
our
that.
thing. And now every time a trend comes, I'm like, oh, it's over already.
Nobody wants to see a bunch of 30-year-olds fucking kicking a bottle cap in slow-mo. They
I feel
wanna
like that's
see
all
the
they
hot
wanna see.
teens. They want to see the hot teens.
No, they want to see the hot 40-year-olds.
I
It's
would
all
want to see
like
a hot 40-year-old.
that's
it's
true.
like
I want to see Cristiano Ronaldo try it.
yeah, it's like the people that had the most successful ones are like not Keanu Reeves, but someone like that. And then Mariah Carey had one that was great.
Yeah.
She just sang and it came off by itself.
Ryan
Very
Reynolds had a
funny.
good one. It was an ad for his gin company.
Oh, that's who it was. Jason Statham did one. That was like the first big celebrity one I saw, and I'm like, yeah, this is dope.
Yeah.
But we're not hip anymore.
Nah,
It doesn't
that's
sadden you.
okay. I
What
don't
was
mind.
the origin of the bottle cap challenge?
Probably TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's TikTok.
There's been a lot of wild internet news. You guys hear about Bella Delphine? I don't know if we can talk about it. You don't know about this?
No.
Oh, wow.
Well, Miles, you're the youth of the podcast. Now,
So as the resident youth, Bella Delphine.
16?
I'm 16 and a half. 17 soon.
Don't wake daddy.
I try not to. But Bella Delphine is this like influencer. She has 4 million subscribers, but she's been in the news because she is selling her bathwater.
I know this.
To fans. And she's
gross.
Yeah, it's totally gross. She's a really odd sensation. There's like videos on her Instagram. It's unclear whether she's like a troll or an influencer.
How much she getting for that bathwater?
$30 a pop for like a little vial.
For like less than a mug of coffee.
How much do you think I could get for my bathwater? I'll give more than that. I'll give a full cup full.
We should sell our bathwater.
Yeah.
We should.
Because normally I throw the baby out with the bathwater, and that's that's wasting both the baby
we
and
were all
bath.
trying to figure out a way to that joke.
Wow.
I didn't want to be. I would thought about Wes. I'm like, I don't want to include Wes in this. And then I was like, I'm just gonna not do the joke. And then you did. So I'm glad somebody did.
Yeah, I mean, mine wasn't good.
But it was there.
I just said it.
But at least we heard it.
Right.
Because all the listeners were waiting.
We're thinking about
all the listeners were like, who's going to get that
tasty
joke, baby? Who's going to get it? I know these trap boys. I know these trap boys. They're going to make that joke.
I was trying to think of a
Gotten
joke
crazy
about
energy ever since we killed the fly. The fly really souped up. It's Monday. We always record this on Monday morning at 9 a.m. Everyone's so tired. We have coffee. And then someone murders a fly.
I didn't even know we were.
Everybody's back again, baby.
I didn't know we were recording this until 15 minutes before the podcast when I was on the toilet checking my phone for the first time that morning. When I see a text from Miles saying, hey guys, remember we're doing the podcast at 9, I was like, what?
That's right.
I do not remember that.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I got that last night and I was like, oh yeah.
When did he text this?
I thought about
it yesterday at 11:22 p.m. Miles, I'm not up at 11:22 p.m.
I figured you were in bed. I thought of you, Ned.
Come on.
I was in my bed.
And you know what? I was going to reply, but I was like, Ned's in bed. I don't want to make
I was
the
also
buzz.
in bed.
Yeah, I know Keith is awake, but he stops responding. You read him, you just don't respond.
Yes, sir.
Ned puts his phone away.
I put it in a different room. I put it in my closet.
And I'm the opposite, where I'm up till midnight, but then if you text me, I will not see it before 9 a.m.
Oh, see, I'm like on my
How's
phone
that the
until
opposite?
I go to sleep.
Well, because you...
I just said I didn't see it till 8:45.
Well, I know, but you're awake early.
Right.
And then you go to... I guess just our schedules. You're up from 6 to 9. I'm up from 9 to midnight.
You want a good Keith life update?
I would love a good Keith life
I have
update.
stopped bringing my computer into the bed.
Wow.
Yeah, we talked about this in some video a while ago, but I used to fall asleep with the computer on my chest.
On your belly.
Yeah. And we have stopped.
So you don't need it to fall asleep now?
great.
No, we just try to watch TV in the living room until we're falling asleep, and then we just get in the bed
good.
without it.
That's huge.
Great.
That's big.
That's really nice.
Way to go, man. Very
Thank
proud of you.
Yeah.
Sleep hygiene.
Yeah.
So now you're not. So now you're watching TikToks in bed, or
No, I actually don't even look at my phone. I do set my alarm and then do one last anything crazy happen on the internet sweep of Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and then I'm like done.
yeah.
And then that's it.
I've been putting a social media like time cap on my phone to lock myself from.
Everyone, finish that story, but then also there's a thing where you can see how much of certain apps
I know.
you look at.
Yeah,
we should
and
all do it.
That's why I put the cap on, because
Mine's
it's
bad.
really fucked up. It's like, so yeah, you go into your settings. This is on Apple. Do you know where? Oh, screen time is a button, and it shows you how much time you use your phone, and it really depressed me when I saw it. I believe okay, you guys go first, because I'm going to be upset.
I need to look at my week, right? Because it's already, I got it last 7 days.
Last 7 days.
I
Here we
definitely
go.
use it the most, right?
I'm down 7% from the previous week. You know why? Because we were on tour. So I was on the bus looking
I'm
at
down
social media all the time.
50%. That's a big difference.
Down 22.
Of using your phone while
I was
on
excited
tour.
about 7%, but you guys are crushing me. I'm still pretty up there.
Big difference between tour and...
Well, so wait, there's social networking for the week, and then is there an average per day? I'm only seeing it per week.
Oh my God, I played an hour and a half of Seven Wonders.
What is that?
Oh, it's a card game.
Instagram and texting is my most used.
Mine's Twitter. Okay, what's the most used time per week? Keith, hit us. of single app.
Instagram got 5 hours and 40 minutes.
Wow.
But there's stories. I'm learning about my friends.
5 hours?
I'm one of those people that just like taps through stories. I just watch them all.
Holy moly.
Same as like, I don't make that much content on the internet, but I love to consume it.
I'm sorry to say I can top it.
No.
Twitter.
With Twitter.
What?
Last week, I think I'm down. I was on Twitter for 6 hours and 13 minutes.
Holy shit.
And again, and I was talking to a friend about this where he's like, oh, but you have to be online because that's like your job. And I'm like, no, dude, I am totally passively just consuming bullshit all day. I had to put a limit. I have my social networking limit is now 2 hours and 30 minutes a day. And I hit that regularly. I get to that, and then I have to type in a little code to unlock more. It's fucked.
Isn't the point that you don't type in the little code that you're like?
Yeah, no, I know that's the point, Miles. Yeah, Dr. Idiot, I have no self-control.
Well, I'll just say I guess the most interesting one is this game I like, Seven Wonders, which actually is the top at 1 hour 40, which seems not a lot compared to you guys. And then Google Maps at an hour 30, Gmail at an hour 30, Chrome at an hour 20,
5, 6,
Twitter and
7.
Instagram and YouTube all about at an hour.
My seventh most is the only one that's under 2 hours, and that's Gmail.
Oh, I get to under 2 hours by the fourth one, and that is Gmail.
Google Maps I have open for 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Well,
that's me too.
That's driving.
I think it's my most.
I just went on a trip.
Don't blame that.
Yeah.
Don't blame that. I had.
Wait. So what are your top three? First of all, that's a lot of time on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm supporting young creators, Ned.
Okay.
Someone's got to be a viewer.
Sorry.
No, do you not support young
I
creators?
watch like you guys.
No, I love to check in. I've got like Chicago friends that I watch their stories. I've got other friends. I do watch a lot of stories.
Do you guys do the thing? Clearly you don't. You watch all of them. But when I'm going through stories, I skip over people, and I know the people whose stories I like to watch.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, some of them are my best friends. Others are just like, oh, you're just the person who I've decided I watch your stories. Yeah. And I've tried to figure out the rhyme and reason, and I don't know what it is. We just finished filming like a huge shoot day before we get back on the road. It is 9 p.m. right now, and I am so goddamn hungry. You know what I want right now, Miles?
What's that?
Food. You know when I want it?
When?
Right now.
Whoa.
You know what I don't want to do?
Cook.
I don't want to cook. I hate it. When I get done with a long day of work, I don't want to think. I just want to get food from delicious places as quickly as possible. DoorDash is here to help. DoorDash connects you with your favorite restaurants in your city. And the ordering is so easy. You can use the DoorDash app. You choose what you want to eat, when you want it brought to you, anywhere you are. So what I do when I'm at the office, I say, I want Indian food and I want it at my home. I drive to my house and I time it so that when I get there, there is a man with food in a bag waiting for me. There are literally over a bajillion restaurants on that. I don't think I'm exaggerating. That's literally how many. Think of a food right now. They have it.
Oh.
Pizza, Indian, Chinese, Japanese.
Clams?
They got clams. They got Italian. They got Peruvian. They got hoagies. They got subs. You got your local stores. You got your national chains. Everything is there. They don't have Chipotle, do they? Oh my God, they have Chipotle.
What?
Well, they don't have Wendy's. They have Wendy's.
Oh.
But crap, they don't have Cheesecake Factory. They have Cheesecake Factory. Everything you can think of, asterisk, is there. Don't worry about going to dinner, Miles. Let the dinner come to you. Right now, our listeners can get $5 off their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter the promo code TRYGUYS. That's $5 off your first order when you download the DoorDash app from the App Store and enter the promo code TRYGUYS. Oh, sorry guys, I gotta go. DoorDash is here. I've 116 message pickups. In my mind, no one texts me.
168 message pickups.
That's crazy.
People text me like crazy. Because also, like, I'm friends with Alex Lewis. And Alex Lewis is the most anxious person. We had to do some work this weekend, which meant I would open my phone, there'd be like 25 messages from Alex Lewis. I'm like, Alex, dude, it's been an hour since I saw you. What the hell is going on?
You are good at responding to text messages. I text you over others.
When it's important, I will respond. If it's like, I can just read it and not respond. Like last night, you sent me a thing like, well, everyone's asleep. I'm not going to respond to this. Yeah. But I do. I know it.
Yeah.
For me, it's a WhatsApp. I'm in a bunch of WhatsApp groups with like basically group text
what
threads
are you,
of 12 people.
I mean, it's a good I should switch. I was thinking about like, what if I just cancel my phone plan or cancel like a normal plan and just went straight to like using my phone. I actually only keep my phone plan, kill my internet plan, and just use my phone as a hotspot, even at home for like Netflix.
Whoa.
I assume there must be a way to do that. I can do it on a computer for sure, and then I could screencast to my TV through my computer.
I think you would just have slow internet.
Just be slower, yeah.
But if I just got like
work.
the dopest plan ever, that would save me overall money than using my because my
think
wireless.
The world is converging towards that, where you'll probably have one.
I was looking
plan,
at my bill.
You don't need cords.
My bill for my home Wi-Fi is more than my bill for my phone plan. And
that's fucked up.
And that's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's fucked up.
Just yours or you and Becky's? Just yours?
Yeah, just mine.
Oh, okay.
So,
that makes sense.
My individual phone plan, just Keith, is less than my Wi-Fi for my house. So I'm certainly using my phone way more than I'm using my Wi-Fi.
For your house?
I don't know. It's like $70 or $80.
You know, for the office, we have an $80 a month phone plan that's 1,000 gigabytes per second.
Wow.
Up and
Why
download
am I not using
speed.
that? That's like
you
how much
should
I'm
get
paying
that.
for what I have, and it's not that.
Wait, our Wi-Fi plan? You said phone plan. Our Wi-Fi plan? you
No,
mean?
our we have a
Fiber,
fiber optic
Yeah.
Cable.
should
Not naming any names because
Tell me after.
I will.
They do this shit though, where they bundle it in, and they're like, hey, if you get a phone, your Wi-Fi is cheaper. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm gonna get a fucking phone.
Yeah.
And then they wait
Then
a
it's
year,
not really.
and then a year later they just jack that fucking price up.
Our internet is crazy fast here, though. It's very nice.
It's hot. Well, we're a media company, and we
Oh yeah.
got to upload a bunch of shit every week.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
The early days were not
Hour-long
pretty.
podcast.
Yeah.
Where we were trying to upload YouTube videos on whatever plan I had before for my house.
I remember last summer, there were times where we had to leave the office because it was too hot.
Oh yeah, we also had some air conditioning.
Yeah.
We had a
issues,
lot
yeah.
of, it was a young company,
And look how far we've come. Now we have horseflies galloping through the air.
but they don't live long here.
They don't live long here.
Or
We used to have a podcast studio, and the rats claimed it.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
Now we just do it in this room.
We should burn that place down.
Yeah, we should burn that fucking place.
Guys, no.
Oh, never mind.
No,
sorry.
No.
Oh, we lease? Okay.
What a fun podcast it's been.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a great time. But I made a lot of mistakes this weekend.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was probably 0.07 riding a scooter, definitely not above that. And, just in case any police listen, I just made some mistakes. I didn't eat super healthy, and I just wish I'd had some advice. Which brings us to our next segment, the most anticipated segment, advice that will go for miles with Miles Bonsignore. Oh, wait, it's the when the
you
world's
need some
not so
advice.
nice and you need some advice, Bonsignore.
What's up, Miles Nation? How y'all doing tonight?
Stand up.
Do you want to bench press like a champ and be dope at sex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to be as chill as Tom Hardy, as relaxed as Tom Hanks, and as sexy as Tom Holland?
Whoa.
This is good. He's also got all this memorized if you're just listening. This is amazing.
Get your sexy little ass into a sauna.
I won't help you bench press.
A sauna's gonna boil your body into a crispy little beefcake. You don't even have to exercise
Not sure that's
if you
true.
just sweat it out, baby.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll go to my gym. I won't even work out. I'll just get my ass into the sauna, crank it all the way up to 200 and sit in there for 10 minutes. And that's working out in a way, some might say.
Mm-hmm.
You are getting rid of excess water, I suppose.
That's right. You're crisping. What your muscles are going to do is they're going to crisp up and get toned.
It's not good
And
advice.
get toned and fit. And you're going to feel like $1,000.
Yeah, Miles is a man of science. That's what I appreciate what he brings to this podcast.
It
And
would
that's
not help you bench press.
sage advice. Well, have you ever been in a sauna?
Yeah.
Oh, so then you're probably really good at bench pressing.
I didn't bench press immediately after. So
right,
I don't
you have to do it.
Well, definitely
do it
great
right
at
after.
sex.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it'll make
true.
you better at sex for sure because you'll be relaxed.
What do you think about should you wear a towel or go full naked?
Full naked. Your body needs
Absolutely full naked,
Full
Zach.
naked.
How is this even a question?
to... No, yeah.
It's
Any
a question.
sauna worth going into is not one that the decorum requires towels.
The decorum?
What if you just put a tiny little hand towel over your PP?
Not allowed. You're going to want your dick to be sonified.
You got to let it air out. I'm with Miles on this one, except for the overall premise of the entire advice.
Huh?
What?
Now, Zach, I believe you said you had some advice or a question.
I was thinking about this. I want to give some advice that'll go for morals.
Gore for morals.
It'll go for Kornfeld.
Okay, we're done with your advice, Miles?
Yeah, we're done.
I thought your
yeah.
advice was great.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I've been thinking about this. Did you finish the critically acclaimed hit? Critically acclaimed.
You're nailing it. Keep going,
All right, we're gonna start over. Did you already finish the critically and culturally acclaimed hit Stranger Things and need another fix? Do you ever watch Hopper and the Gang and wish they were a little more serious and a lot more German?
I know where this is going.
I've got a show for you. It's called Dark. Dark is a show on Netflix. Season 2 just dropped. Haven't watched it yet, but it is the greatest fucking show, and I do not know why not everyone is talking about it. Picture, it's like if Stranger Things and Lost had a baby, but then was shot and told like True Detective. It is so fucking awesome. If you watch it, you gotta watch in German. Do the subtitles. Don't do that dub bullshit.
Dubbing is awful.
Dubbing is awful, just in general. But especially for the show, you need the German to really get into it. Okay, I'm gonna give you the quick synopsis, and then I want you to all tweet to me about it so we can hang out and
Why don't they
enjoy
just
this show. But
friend you on Venmo and talk there?
send me a penny and tell me what you thought about Dark. Season 1 only. I don't want Season 2 spoilers. If you send me a Season 2 spoiler, you need to send me at least $20.
I will Venmo request you as a penalty.
Yeah, I will charge you. Please don't request me on Venmo. Okay, it's this town where 33 years ago, children started disappearing, and there was like all this creepy shit that happened, and there's like a power plant, and there's some shady cover-ups, and now exactly 33 years later, the same patterns are happening. And so you have these parents who are in their 40s, and then you also have them back when they were kids, and then you have them in current day watching the same thing happen to their kids. It is so cool. First episode, there's a lot of German names. You're like, what the fuck's going on? And then by episode 3, you're like, I love Mikkel. I will die for him. I'm in. Jonas is a wonderful guy. I forget everyone else's name because I watched the show a year ago, but it's dope. Everyone go watch Dark. It deserves to be the biggest show on TV.
You watched it a year ago and you're just
Because season 2
saying
is
its
out.
graces?
Well, I didn't have a podcast a year
I've heard
ago.
you talk about it before.
It's good. I watched the first couple episodes, and it's great, and they're all super hot.
Yeah. Oh, also they're hot German people.
Yeah.
And also,
Well, now you have my attention.
yeah. It does like what all the HBO shows do, where it gets you with sex in the first episode, and then that never comes back. But that's fine because now you're in. You're in. It's so good. I cannot say enough good things about it, and I can't wait to watch season 2.
Well, that's about it for this week's TryPod. We're excited to see y'all on tour. I'm sure some people listening are going to come see us. Also, some people might be at VidCon. We'll be hanging out. You can also come by. We will have a little appearance somewhere at the merch booth at some point.
Oh, shit.
So even if you didn't get meet and greet lotteried to us, you still have an opportunity to come say hey.
Oh, and let's talk about this. We have these really cool exclusive merch tees on tour and hoodies, and we're going to have different exclusive merch at VidCon that you can only get at VidCon. We'll have signed books there and at the tour. Our book was a number 1 New York Times bestseller, which is pretty fucking dope.
And now it's not. But you know what? It was. And that was dope. And you can't take that away from us. That's ours now.
Week 2, we were definitely not number 1. No, week 1, we were.
We were. And we're still Barnes & Noble number 1, I think. And Amazon, we're still in the top 10. So not bad.
My friends are getting suggested my book on Amazon. They're like, you need to fucking stop.
Well, sorry.
Make sure to subscribe and ring that bell if you're on YouTube, and if you're on iTunes, leave us 5 stars and you might get a secret read aloud.
If you're on iTunes, just go find a bell and ring it in real life.
Ring a bell. Maybe
Ring
join
a
a
bell.
handbell choir. They're beautiful. They're fun.
That's
Some churches still have them.
We'll do that next time. We'll just
That would be a great Try Guys
I would
video.
love that.
Handbell choir? Fuck. We should do it for Christmas. We
That's
should do it for
fun.
Christmas.
That's funny. Oh my
And we'll do it
God.
for a Jew thing too.
Christmas.
Yeah,
And-
well, choose like bells.
We'll do both.
We'll do both.
Ding, ding, ding,
We'll
ding.
try to include all religions
Ding, ding,
around the
ding,
solstice.
ding, ding, ding,
My
ding,
grandmother
ding,
just
ding,
texted
ding,
me,
ding.
I just ordered an earthquake kit. Way to go. Be prepared. Stay safe out there, people.
And I just found out that our costumes for the show are being overnighted to San Jose, so we will have them, but they've been in a box for a week.
Oh, God.
Molding together, so we'll have to see how they smell.
Oh,
We're going
God.
to try to get them cleaned if we can.
I know
somehow.
this is the end of the podcast. We didn't drop this. Keith texted us this morning and said to our tour manager and said, "Where are our costumes?" Because we sent them back to us. As you heard last week, they're very smelly. We tried to ship them to us to get them washed. They're not washed. We're gonna smell like shit at our next show. But hey, at least we'll look cool. What?
Eugene sent Hi Ned back from the cheese.
Wow.
He sent a picture of cheese.
And he sent a hot picture of himself.
him.
Hot
Wow.
picture of himself.
Very nice.
This has been the TryPod. Until next time, Keith, hit us with the official TryPod theme song.
On to kill the horsefly. TryPod.
Until next time, stay beautiful.
What are we gonna do with the fly?
I don't know,
I don't
man.
know what we're gonna
Bury it.
Give
Let's
it
bury
as a
it.
sacrifice to the rats.
Let's go bury it.